I don't know if you can see it, but just behind me there and over to this side, clouds are breaking up and it is getting lighter. And it just seems to be this little section above me. I don't know what I've done to be so fortunate, but I'm truly grateful. Water is still calm as can be, almost mirror, and it's awesome. Just awesome. Well, it's about 5 to 9, and I'm just coming up to a campsite. On the Jeff's map, it says it's Preacher's Point. There are some people there with a dog sitting out on the shore. And I'm just going to skip past. I've got about, I think maybe 2.5 or 2 kilometers to get to my next mark of another 5K. It's about 9:15. Just lost a bit of time there. It's probably about half an hour or 20 minutes or so. Ran into some people who recognized me, and we had a little chit chat, and really nice. Chris and Andrea, I believe it was, and they took some pictures of me, and they're going to send them to me through social media. So I'm just making my way through, heading up to the section where the lake is going to turn into sucker gut, and still mirror conditions out here. Just awesome. A little bit of sunshine poking through. Well, I was finally brave enough to take my raincoat off. I probably jinxed myself. As soon as I took it off, I'm like, it's gonna start raining now. But the sky had opened up quite a bit, and the sun was actually peeking through there. I think I caught it on one of the videos just recently. But there's still lots of clouds, and it is supposed to rain all day. So I have no doubt that it's coming. I feel like maybe Mother Nature's just giving me a break before I get to camp, which I am very grateful of. Even though it's blah looking in the video, it's actually quite nice out. It's very warm. There's no wind, there's no bugs. And the water is super calm. I'm just coming up to the ranger cabin here, and there's actually a boat there, which is weird. I didn't expect to see any people there, but I'll flip the camera around and show you. I was thinking about stopping and taking a peek, but because there's a speedboat there and chairs and stuff, I don't know if somebody's actually staying there, but the Jeff's map says that this was once the deputy chief ranger of the area's cabin. So that's that. Got some really pretty rock cliffs here too that I just passed. Just a beautiful area. Alright, I'm going around that way. If we go that way, that's where the portage is in there. So the map does actually say it's 1.2 kilometers if you go through this way, or 2.2 kilometers if you go around. And it's 1 extra kilometer. It's 10 minutes of paddling, so I couldn't even do a 100-meter portage in 10 minutes, maybe, but probably not. So just better to paddle. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't. As I'm paddling around the point, there's another building there. I'm not sure if this is the ranger cabin, or if the one that was out on the rocks there, the ranger cabin. It's hard to tell. There's a speedboat there, so there are people staying in one of these 2 buildings. So I'm not going to go investigate or anything, but I just wanted to kind of show a glimpse of the other ones. I know it's kind of lost in behind the trees, but it's the best I can get. Alright, well, it is 9:40 and I have just reached the 15-kilometer mark. I paddled 15 kilometers since I left my campsite on the island this morning, so I am still averaging 5 kilometers an hour. I did stop and talk to those people, Chris and Andrea, for about 10-15 minutes, and I'm 10 minutes behind. Now, just for the record, I don't have a schedule to keep or anything like that. When I say I'm behind or whatever, first of all, it's not a race ever, but today kind of is, because there's bad weather coming in. There's thunder and lightning and like it's supposed to be heavy downpours in certain hours. So I am trying to beat the clock and beat the weather and, you know, paddle all these big lakes and stuff and waterways before the wind picks up and before the weather gets bad, because it can change your time huge. But the reason that I say all these things, you know, I've paddled 15 kilometers in 3 hours and stuff, is for trip planning. You need to know what you're capable of doing when you're planning a trip. You know, you need to know how many kilometers an hour you can paddle, because it's important for figuring out, you know, how far you can travel each day if you're going to be doing a bigger trip or a loop. You need to know that. I have people often who send me messages saying, you know, oh, I want to go from here to here, or I want to do this loop. You know, do you think I can make it? And how many kilometers should I be paddling in a day? That's something you need to know. You need to do some easy trips and find your speed, figure out approximately what you can do. I'm paddling with a double blade, so I believe that makes me travel a little bit faster than if I was using a canoe paddle. So it just all depends. You have to really figure those things out, because it's imperative when you're planning a trip to know how long it takes to do a portage, how long it takes to paddle a certain amount of kilometers, etc. I've got 3 canoes heading towards me, coming from where I'm going. So that's kind of cool. Really pretty scenery here. 3 canoes heading my way. All right, well, it is 9:57 and you might hear some voices behind me. I just ran into the Skinner social group. They follow me on YouTube, and as I was paddling up to the 3 canoes coming towards me, I heard someone say, I think that's Christina. Is that Camper Christina? And I said, yes, it is. So we had a nice little chat. I've met a few of them at the Outdoor Adventure Show, and they just are coming from Maple Mountain. I just told them about the thunder and lightning that's forecast later today, just to kind of keep them aware so they know what's happening, because they've been in here for a couple of days and they haven't seen the weather or anything. And they told me to say hi to Hap for them, so I just put their names in the notes there so I don't forget. So I'm maybe a little bit more delayed, but that's fine. That was really nice. All right, it's 20 after 10 and I'm just making my way through Sucker Gut. I would assume in about a half an hour I will be 5 kilometers more in, with about 4 kilometers left of paddling. I keep stopping and talking to people that I run into. I just passed 2 canoes. They were fishing. Caught a pike and a couple of walleye, they said. There were 3 people. One was in one canoe, and then when I passed the campsite, there was a girl sitting there chilling out in this absolutely gorgeous, massive silk tarp. I think it was a silk tarp. It looked like it must have been, it was bigger than my 10 by 13. It had to be like maybe 15 by 15 or even bigger. Beautiful tarp they have set up, and they're all ready for the bad weather. So that's the position that I want to be in shortly. Even though the sky is lightning, but it doesn't mean anything. The weather can change out here in an instant. Well, there's some blue skies coming out here, and over to the left of me and behind me, there's a lot of cracks in the clouds. The sun was kind of out for a little while there, sort of, as much as I've seen it today anyways, which is inspiring. And it's been lightly raining on and off for the last, I don't know, probably 20 minutes, half an hour. At first I couldn't even tell it was raining. I was like, I get a drip on my face, and I just thought it was from my paddle. I am less than 4 kilometers now from Frank's Falls, which makes me very happy. The weather is still holding, which again makes me very happy. And now I'm debating whether or not I should do some portages today. I calculated on the FOT map, and I think I have about 2,200 meters in portages tomorrow if I'm going to stay at Katherine Falls. I could also do the 200-meter into Frank's Falls today, and then camp at Center Falls. But it looks like it's on a 600-meter portage, and I don't really like camping on portages that much. I'm doing it at Bridal Veil, hopefully, as long as no one's there, because it's such a beautiful campsite. And when I went through it last year, I was like, I need to stay on this campsite at some point, and just worked out with the logistics that would be a good spot to stay on Saturday night. So again, just gonna play it by ear, I guess. I'm gonna go up and see this campsite at Frank's Falls. There's 4 of them, 2 on the kind of outer area, and then 2 that are closer towards the falls. So I'm just going to go check those out and see if I want to stay there, or if I want to do 800 meters in portages today. The one I believe at Center Falls says Golden Staircase, which is probably a beautiful name for something that's awful. There's supposed to be a campsite on my left, but I do not see anything. There's just a big cliff, and I don't see anything, but I see a spot where there might be one a little further down from where it is on the map. And the other one is on this island, I believe. I don't see a sign, but that's where it is on the map. So, and here is the other side where it says that there's one, and it's just a steep hill, so I don't think there's one there. So I believe the first campsite is right here. I don't see a campsite sign, but I just caught a glimpse of a blue privy sign. Apparently I can spot those better than campsites. So I'm assuming that's where that one is. And then the other one is on the portage. It looks like at the start of it, according to the map, but that could be totally wrong. You never know. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Frank Falls. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, the me from last trip would see the sign and try to get up here, which might be the way. But the me from this trip is going to go over here and see if there's an easier way to get to the portage, other than breaking my neck on these big rocks. Yay for new me! Alright, crazy girl that I am walking without anything. Just my phone and me. I do see a faint trail here, but there's also one going that way. It's kind of hard to tell which way. I don't think the canoe would be doing too good this way. So maybe I have to bring it up through here. And then up this way somewhere. Oh, okay. Just gonna go to the scene of the crime where the sign is and see if the trail actually starts there. It's nice so far. It's only 200 meters, but I want to say how hard can that be, but I know the answer to that question because I've done Bridal Veil Falls. Nice little steps here to get up, which is great. And that's where the portage sign is, so yeah, I could have put the canoe up there, but it's a little bit sketchy there. Alright, I'm assuming I am to go this way. beautiful. Look at that. Wow. Gorgeous. On with the portage, I guess. I'm assuming I'm going this way. There isn't really any other way to go. It smells wonderful here. Okay, so I can go up here. I can go up this way. Just trying to see which way is the best and easiest way. I think here, here, and then back down. And I guess through here. See some footsteps, footprints. Fairly fresh, not sure how fresh. And then a little scramble up this. Again, there's lots of places to put your feet. Be better to go a little bit zigzaggy. Oh, there's nice pretty little falls here. Still looking for the campsite. This is so pretty. Just beautiful, and I got the sunshine too to add to it, which makes it even more beautiful. Gorgeous. Keep having to pause the video to take waterfalls videos and then come back to the portage tour. Looks like that's about it. Probably just put in right there. That's crazy. Super short. Could definitely do it, but I have to do the golden staircase too to get to Center Falls. There's no half because there's no campsite at the other one. Or I can just walk through here. Probably be easier to put in. Rocks are a bit wet here. I noticed. I guess from the rain last night still, or this morning. And then I can put in right here. I haven't seen the campsite sign yet. I wonder if it's like, I don't know, off on a trail somewhere. This is really nice though. I guess I'm going for it. I don't know. Well, I'm back at the canoe and I have not located a campsite. I'm wondering if maybe it's on this section. I don't know, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna move on. I took a whole bunch of pictures and videos, and there was a side trail that went off. I thought maybe went to a campsite. Little tiny rock that's like maybe 2 feet by 1 feet was on a slight angle, covered in moss, and I went to step on it and I slipped and fell. So just goes to show you how careful you have to be. I hadn't hurt myself. My arms were out and ready for it, but could have just been so easy. All right, another fun one. You're in my, bug in my ear, bug in my ear. Ugh, gross. Okay. Ugh. All right. So when I went back to get the canoe, I noticed that the sky is getting dark again. So I really hope I make it up and over that other portage before it rains. It's just the start that's a little bit crazy. There's a couple of parts where you gotta climb up, and I have short little legs, so it's harder for me to take a big huge step and then push all my weight forward and get myself up and over. Just gonna put the canoe down here. Yeah. All right. Not very happy there, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna wait to put the pack in because I don't want it to lean forward and then take off. All right, go back and get the pack. All right, I'm back at the boat. It's 12:37. I'm gonna paddle to the golden staircase, and hopefully these dark clouds don't bring any rain before I get there and get through it. Oh, it's actually raining already. Crap. All right, well, I better hurry. All right, and by the time I've gotten in the boat, rain has stopped again. So that's good. Got about, let's see, where's my map? Maybe a kilometer or so to paddle to get to the 600-meter portage at Center Falls. And again, if I'm staying there, you know, I can just walk with the pack, take a look, and then I can always go back and get the canoe if it's crazy a little later. There's another portage on the right side. That's really interesting. I wonder what that one's like. Guess I'll never find out. All right, off we go. I was just paddling, and I was wondering if maybe the campsite is on the other side where that other portage was. It did look like it was on the side that I was on the map, but sometimes it's really hard to tell, right? So I don't know. As per the map, it's on the left when I came in, which was the side that I did, but you never know. All right, just like that, I am at the next waterfalls, I believe. I can hear them. They are pretty loud generally, so not that they're super close, but they're just coming into view now. All right, Center Falls, here we come. This is exciting. Wind is just starting to pick up a little bit, and the one dark cloud wasn't too bad, but there's some more dark clouds coming in from the right. Hopefully it isn't too hard to get through this portage, and this campsite is nice and no one's on it, and I can stay here and get set up and avoid getting drenched. Well, these ones are a bit hard to see. There's like big rocks and stuff in front of a lot of them. Different points where I'm paddling, I can see different sections. I'm hoping there's a spot from above somewhere where I can see all this stuff. I haven't located a portage sign yet, but I'm pretty sure that's it. It looks like a portage opening, so I'll head over there in a minute. I'm just gonna see what I can see over here. Alright, no portage sign, but I saw an axe blaze in that tree, and if you look over here, there's a nice piece of flagging tape. So I'm gonna make my way through here with the backpack and see what happens. Part of me is wondering if the Golden Staircase is just a description of all the waterfalls, you know, like Shangri-La. Part of me is like, don't be silly, it's like in Killarney they have the pig and all these crazy names for these portages that are really, really hard. I'm not sure which it is. I guess I'm about to find out. Look at how pretty. This is going to take a while if this is a 600 meter like this. The rock I slipped on another portage was no bigger than that. And it wasn't even that steep or slanted. It's just a little tiny bit, but it was very slippery. So I'm gonna go pay attention to what I'm doing here, and hopefully I see a beautiful campsite very soon and I can stay there. Now there's a lot of sections like this, just like the last one, where there's rock steps. Again, it's not too bad with the pack. Might be a bit more challenging with the canoe. I mean, it will be more challenging with the canoe, but I'm just taking my time, going really slow. This is probably it for me today, hopefully. So I have no problem taking my time. The sun has come out, and let me tell you, these rain pans are so hot. Like, I am just roasting. I am dying to go swimming. I didn't expect this day to be like this. I'm so grateful that it is. I think I'm getting closer to the other side. There are some footprints in the mud. They're mostly people, I think. Well, apparently the waterfalls that I was filming at the start are not the actual show. Look at these. I'm doing it again. Walking with my pack. Hold on. I found my campsite. Holy crap. Look at this. Wow. Oh my gosh. These might be the nicest waterfalls I've seen in Temagami yet. Holy shit, look at that. I'm staying here. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to yell on all the videos, but I'm okay with that. There's a fire pit. There's even a sign for the privy there. And over here, I noticed, is a nice flat spot for my tent. And I'm gonna say, with a view. Here I go, walking around my backpack on my bag again. Oh yeah, there's my tent, and look at this. What? Oh yeah. I don't know about going swimming. Oh yeah, I can get down to the water there too. It's a little fast moving, but. All right, it's 1:30, and I got to the campsite, and I remember my tent was soaking wet. So I set it up right there. There's a whole bunch of nice flat spots, and there's grass underneath them. So it should be a really nice, comfortable sleep, except for, of course, the voices whispering from the waterfalls. So I just saw a bunch of people. I guess those footprints were newer than I thought. And she said that they were going down the water slide. I did see on the map that it says water slide and there's an arrow, but they came up from the water right here. And there was a girl and a guy. And then when I looked over to the falls there, I could see a canoe going, someone else carrying. So there must have been at least maybe 3 or 4 of them. She said that they were going on to another campsite, and they weren't staying here. But I looked down and there was a person there, and I screamed. I was so shocked to see someone just standing there out of the blue. So I guess those footprints were a little newer than I thought. Anyways, I'm gonna go back and get the canoe. I just got the tent set up. It was way wetter than I thought it was. So it's already drying in the sun. And I'm gonna go get the canoe, and then I think I'm gonna put on my bathing suit and try to get in the water somehow, because it's really nice, and I don't think it's gonna last. There's more clouds coming in. When I was looking at the map yesterday, and I was looking at Center Falls, there was something about it that I couldn't bring in my mind, that I knew about it, and I couldn't remember what it was. I was like, oh, is it a crazy portage? Like, what is it? Now I know. Someone told me after, I don't know if it was after the waterfalls trip. I think it was after I went to, what are those waterfalls called? Paradise Lagoon by Wolf Lake. I posted a video of the waterfalls there, and I had asked people what their favorite waterfalls were in Temagami, and a couple people said Center Falls, hands down. And I had not seen Center Falls yet. I agree with you people. You're right. Absolutely stunning. And I don't know about the rest of the portage. You know, Bridal Veil is a nice portage until you get to the very end. So I don't know what's waiting for me down at the other end, but this part isn't too bad at all. It's just climbing up over rocks and stuff, just like the last one. This is the spot here where I might have some problems with the canoe. It's really steep here, and I just climbed up through this little crack, and then that one too. There's just these two that are really crazy. There's only a couple, maybe 3 or 4 tricky spots that I know of so far, so it's not too bad. Like, look at this one. It's so interesting. It's probably canoe scratches here. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone down. I'll probably have to add a little green paint to this because there's some red and some white, and I think some green would be nice. This is the crazy part here. I'm a little crazy. Alright, it took me 10 minutes to get the canoe here, and I took my very, very sweet time. Kind of curious to see what the rest of the portage looks like, but I'll check it out a little later. I am so hot right now. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to put my bathing suit on, and then I'm going to go down there and check things out. Well, it's 2:20. I kind of did a thing. I think there's mist coming off the waterfalls, so I'm getting misted, which is lovely. I did put my bathing suit on to go in, but these dark clouds came in again, and I thought I have to set up the bug shelter first, which should be a tarp, but the bug shelter is here. I had a hard time deciding, as I mentioned earlier, if I should bring the tarp or the bug shelter. I don't think the bug shelter's needed anymore, but I wasn't sure because there's been a lot of rain, and I thought maybe a new batch of mosquitoes kind of was out. It was pretty buggy in Halliburton, especially in the morning and at sunset, so I thought better safe than sorry, I'll bring it. But I have it set up just for the use of the tarp because it is supposed to rain, and now I'm all set. Canoe's right there, tent's over there. Absolutely stunning waterfalls right there, and I'm sitting here in my chair. I had one wrap around 10:30. I was getting hungry. I brought peanut butter and Nutella, but I brought 3 wraps, so 2 were for lunch and 1 was just an extra. I eat the extra one, and now I'm hungry again, like really hungry, and it's 2:30, so I'm just gonna have some kielbasa and some cheese real quick, and then I'm gonna go down and get refreshed. So, all right, I just cut up 5 slices of kielbasa. I brought some turkey kielbasa this time instead of salami. I've got some Melba toast, a couple of pieces of cheese, and a few crackers. And I'm just gonna snack on this real quick. Just something to hold me over until supper. All right, finally got my sunnies on. I got my bathing suit on, and I am going to head down to the water. I've got my lark so I can fill it up and get some more water while I'm down there, and my charger's plugged into my phone, and I've got my dirty, smelly socks. Not even 24 hours in, I've done so much. So yeah, I'm heading down to the waterfalls, so let's see how this is. Excited. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.